Michael B. Jordan arrived on Jimmy Kimmel Live with confident energy, dressed in a sharp-tailored suit that complemented his signature charisma. The crowd erupted with cheers as he sat across from Kimmel, ready to discuss his latest film project. Everything started smoothly light banter about Creed, his rise in Hollywood, and his recent work behind the camera. Jordan smiled often, charming both the host and audience with thoughtful answers. Kimmel, as usual, mixed jokes with genuine curiosity, but then pivoted toward a topic Jordan didn't expect: trace in Hollywood and alleged aggressiveness in how Jordan pursued certain roles. The tone shifted fast. Kimmel quipped, "You've got this intense vibe, like you really go after roles. Ever think some of them are too much for a guy trying to play a hero?" Michael paused, eyebrows slightly raised. "What do you mean by too much?" Kimmel smirked. "Well, some people say you bring a chip on your shoulder into every part." Jordan's smile faded. "So, being passionate is a chip?" he asked, voice calm but cutting. The audience was silent. Kimmel tried to laugh it off, but the tension now hung in the air like a fog. Jordan adjusted in his seat. "That sounds like a lazy way to avoid the real conversation." "Trying to steer," Kimmel added. "I mean, it's not criticism, it's just you're very serious all the time. People miss the fun side of you." Jordan nodded slowly. "Maybe because we don't all have the privilege to be light all the time. Some of us have to fight harder to be taken seriously in this industry." The crowd gave a brief applause. Kimmel's face tightened. "Don't you think sometimes it's just about talent, not identity?" Michael sat back. "That's the goal. But pretending race or perception don't factor in is naive. I've had to prove myself in rooms others walked into freely." The atmosphere continued to thicken. Kimmel pivoted again, asking about Jordan's recent comments on needing more black producers and directors. "So you're saying Hollywood is still racist?" he asked. Jordan gave a tight smile. "I'm saying it's still unequal. Pointing that out makes people uncomfortable. Maybe they're not listening hard enough." "They got murmurs and claps," Kimmel said, "but isn't it getting better?" Michael responded, "Progress doesn't mean perfection. We're not done just because we got past the worst." His tone was calm but direct, and the room could feel the shift from light talk show energy to something much deeper. Kimmel chuckled. Nervously, "You're getting heavy on me tonight, Michael," he joked. Jordan leaned forward. "You brought this up, man. I came here to talk about the work, but if we're going to open that door, let's actually walk through it." And the audience clapped again. Kimmel tried regaining control. "Look, I respect the passion. I'm just saying, people want to be entertained, not lectured." That line landed wrong. Jordan sat silently for a moment, then said, "This isn't a lecture. This is my life. You invited me. You don't get to shape how real I get." This point, Jimmy's smile was frozen and strained. He reached for another card, tempting to switch to a pre-scripted story about Jordan's recent vacation, but Michael interrupted. "I'm not here to dance or play along if we're going to dismiss what matters. If you wanted easy answers, you invited the wrong guest." The audience was caught between discomfort and admiration. Jimmy blinked, clearly unsure how to proceed. "This is a late-night show," he mumbled. Michael stood up. "Exactly, and you had a chance to do more with it." He took off his mic, the studio eerily quiet now. Kimmel looked off stage, silently calling for producers. Jordan shook his head. Not in anger, but disappointment. "You can't keep asking black artists about serious issues and then act shocked when they answer seriously." The comment struck deeply. Some audience members clapped, others sat stunned. Jimmy, caught in a spotlight of his own making, said, "All right, man, if you feel like walking, that's your call." Michael turned and walked off with quiet dignity. Not yelling, not slamming doors, just ending the conversation that no one expected would burn this hot. The camera awkwardly cut to a commercial. When the show returned, Jimmy appeared alone at his desk, visibly rattled. "Well, that didn't go like I thought," he said with a forced smile. "We thank Michael B. Jordan for coming by." Briefly, no follow-up joke. No light recovery. The remaining guests were shuffled and airtime padded with musical performance. But online, the moment blew up. Within hours, the clip was trending on social media. Hashtags like Michael B. Jordan Speaks and Kimmel Clash exploded as fans and critics weighed in. Support for Jordan poured in from celebrities and fans praising his composure and message. Michael posted a short tweet hours later. Being real isn't always comfortable, but it's always necessary. Kimmel didn't respond publicly that night. By morning, several outlets had published think pieces about the exchange, dissecting the moment for its cultural relevance. News anchors debated whether late-night shows are the right place for such hard conversations. But Jordan's fans pointed out, why not there? Why only in safe, controlled interviews? Why silence truth in places where it might reach the most ears? Jordan had walked out, not out of rage, but because he refused to let a serious issue be reduced to a punchline. The fallout continued for days. Some called for Kimmel to apologize. Others accused Jordan of being too intense for the format. One thing was clear. People were talking. About race, about perception, about who gets to be too serious in a world craving convenience over complexity. Jordan, as always, didn't chase attention, but his presence and honesty couldn't be ignored. The clash wasn't about ego. It was about integrity. As uncomfortable as it made some people, it forced others to think, reflect, and reckon. A powerful reminder that sometimes the realest moments on television aren't scripted. They're walked straight off stage.